Welcome back to Travel Sex. I'm Allison, and welcome to Sunday night in the van. Let's just start off by I'm almost out of water. Let's just start off by drinking some water because I've been getting willy-nilly with the water, and we know we need to stay hydrated because if you're not hydrated and you get sick, it's gonna be super bad news. Let's see. First of all, I don't see any chats. Okay, wait, hold on. All right, so it's only letting me scroll back so far. I think I see Kenny, Clint, Tammy. Hey, Tammy, Julie. Grant's in the house. Grant's our moderator. Happy Snack Chat Sunday snack pack. Rose from Oklahoma. Denise from Boston. Awesome. Corky from North Carolina. Rebecca from Georgia. The Dirty Knobs. And, oh, Rachel's in the house. My good friend. Lovely Bree J. Dina. All About Me 77, Yvette, Naomi from Tampa. Oh, it's cold in Tampa? Holy moly. Yvette, Mr. Big Dave, HD97 from New Llano, Louisiana. Awesome, I never heard of that. Carly from the Bronx, stay tuned. Reigns of Healing, Regina from Greensboro, North Carolina. Thinking Kingdom Thoughts. You just watched The Chosen? Oh, awesome. Hey, from Oklahoma. Dana from Dallas. Sean Rice and Alert Andy. And hey, Donna, how are you? From Alabama. Lisa from Salem, Illinois. David Weber from Pennsylvania. And Sarah from Connecticut. Hey, Amy Cook, how are you? So many people already just popping in. Also, Boss Hog from New Hampshire. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, 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 everybody. Wow. So I have so much to share with you today, which I'm so excited. Hey, Donna, thank you for the $4.99. Thank you, thank you. Donna's one of our members, so thank you so much for that as well. Let me give you a shout out right quick. Just get it popping. Get it popping for the super chats in the house. Let me turn my sound up, because that's always a blessing. Thank you so much, Donna. I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, Connie from New Mexico. Hey, Doofus Adventures from Quartzsite. Oh, awesome. You're at the WRTR. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Hey, Tina from San Diego. Kathleen from upstate New York. My Charmed Unicorn. Teresa from Michigan. Awesome. Hey, Charlotte, Courtney, Mimi, how are you? Marianne from New Mexico. Looks like, thank you, Quirky. Thank you, Amy. Yes, if you're already here, you might as well just put a like on it. I mean, might as well. Oh, Roderick coming in with the $2. Hello, pretty lady. Stay warm. Thank you so much, Roderick. Let's give you an explosion. Yes. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Dana, excited to hear the good news. Robert, formerly of hey, Robert. And Brenda from Walbridge, Ohio. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you for all the messages. Welcome. All right, so I have a few things to tell you today. Let's just jump right in. First things first is I'm still in Dallas. I came to Dallas for Christmas to spend the Christmas holiday, like the actual just the day, and maybe like one day after, with my son Marcus, and he lives here in Dallas. Then, but on my way, which I don't know if you saw the video, but if you saw the video, you'll see on the way to his house, driving there, like the day before, I had really bad chest pains and back pains and stuff. So anyway, I ended up in the hospital, and they said I had, I guess what it's called, walking pneumonia or bacterial pneumonia, which I was like, I still don't know. I'm like, how? Because I didn't have any other symptoms of that. And I did have pains and stuff, and they said that can happen if you have pneumonia and your lungs are compromised, whatever. So they gave me antibiotics, whatever. And so I was basically at my son's house, and during that week of Christmas is when, again, Texas with its crazy ice storms that just come for like a week and then disappear. And so basically the van pipes froze up, and then they froze up, and there was an icicle coming out of my faucet, and like it was really really cold for a few days. And so when I went to go turn on my faucet after the ice had cleared out of the little part that comes out, the water wouldn't come on. So I was like, okay, maybe there's just like ice jammed into it. And so I waited a few days, and every day I'd go out and I'd check it, no water would come through. So I like looked in my back space back here, and when my dad and I built the van, which I'll tell you the story in a second, we used PVC pipe and we did it like plumbing, and the whole back pipes were cracked. And so I was just like, oh Lord Jesus, no. Oh no, I don't want to do this. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And so I had pneumonia and my pipes were cracked. So I wanted to get back out on the road, but my son's girlfriend is a nurse. She's like, I don't think you should leave Marcus's house until you're off your antibiotics, like you're better. And so I was like, yeah, but I need to fix my pipes. And she's like, but you need a rest. And I was like, but also my pipes. So I was trying not to put too much effort into the pipes, but I knew that I wanted to like get back in my van. So basically I repaired the pipes that I could see, and the water still wouldn't work. So I was like, okay, that probably means that, and actually I filmed all of this, so I'll be making a video this week showing you exactly what happened. But you guys are on here on the chat, so you guys get to hear the story first. And so I was like, maybe the like inline filter, because I have an inline filter that goes to my faucet, so it goes from the pipes to my pump, my water pump, and then that pumps into an inline filter that filters like all the gross things out of the water, and then it comes out of my faucet. So I was like, okay, maybe the filter is bad. This was like my wishful thinking. I was like, maybe the filter is bad, or like, because of the ice, it got damaged or whatever. And so I disconnected the filter and plugged and just did the faucet straight to the pump. Didn't work. So then I was like, okay, let's just keep it real here. Let's keep it real to yourself. Those pipes behind the cabinets are cracked. And so I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm just one person. I don't know. It's like, also I'm like with my son Marcus, but that's not his job to like fix pipes or anything. He's not like a handyman. So it's just two people that don't really know exactly what to do. But I was like, I need help. Like, I don't know what else to do. And in the meantime, I'd finished my antibiotics, but I was still having like pains kind of in my chest, and not as bad, but I was still having some pains. And so I'm just like, did the pneumonia not go away? Like, what's happening? And I need to get my pipes fixed, but I shouldn't be exerting a lot of energy. And it's just like, when you feel stuck, you just feel like you have to get stuff done, but you just don't know. And so I was like sitting there with my son one night, and I was just like, I just don't know what to do, because I don't know how to repair these pipes by myself. Like, I'm not a professional, and I'm also not feeling 100%. And he's like, maybe sometimes that means to like be still. And just and actually his girlfriend, maybe I talked about this on the last live stream, but his girlfriend had given me this water mug, that like a travel mug, that on the side it said be still and know. And I like showed him, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what this mug that just says too. And he's like, oh, so like, you never know, that might be what you need to do, is just be still. And I'm like, but I'm not good at being still. I'm really not. Like, I thought I used to nap a lot, and I used to just chill out a lot, and sometimes I do, but I don't think that I'm really good at being like still. Even when I'm like relaxing, I'm not still in my mind, you know what I mean? So I'm working on that. I'm working on simplifying, because God is a God of order and simplicity, and I'm really trying to not get overwhelmed and crazy. But anyway, that's a side note. So anyways, on Friday. The reason I know I was going to have a live stream on Friday. I said I'm going to move the live streams from Sundays to Fridays now. But the reason I didn't do it on Friday is because I decided that I would check back into the hospital out here in Dallas and just get another chest x-ray, because I was like, let me just get that out of the way, because the previous hospital told me to go back in 6 weeks. But it had only been 2 weeks, but I was still having the pain. So I was like, if I still have pneumonia, I'd rather get more antibiotics or get whatever I need now so that I can move on. I don't want to wait 6 weeks, because if I waited 6 weeks and I still had pneumonia, that's not a good idea. So anyways, I checked back into the hospital on Friday, and I was there for 5 hours, which I know there's people that go to the hospital emergency room that are there for longer. But anyways, I just, what can you do? So they did an EKG, they did blood work, and they did a chest x-ray, and this time they did the front and the back of the lungs. And so, long story short, one piece of the good news that I want to share with you today is that my lungs are clear. So the pneumonia that was in there is no longer showing up on the x-rays. So apparently the antibiotics cleared it up. Or, on a side note, possibly there was never any pneumonia. That's what this doctor at this hospital said. He's like, I don't even know, like, if there was ever pneumonia. And I'm like, but the other hospital did an x-ray and saw pneumonia in my right lower lobe. And he's like, well, that's truthfully, like, if they specified an area, then there probably was pneumonia. He's like, but I didn't see that x-ray. So it's weird because, like, doctors, they'll kind of, like, I don't know if there's like a competition factor or one wants to be like more prominent than another. I don't know. But I don't really care. All I know is that he looked at the x-rays now and there's no pneumonia. So I was like, okay, hallelujah. I'm still having little pains. And so we talked about it, and he says, and this kind of like chapped my head a little bit, but he's like, I think what you're experiencing is classic GERD or acid reflux. And that's common for somebody your age. My age, sir. I know I'm almost 50. You don't have to remind me, somebody my age, to have, it's common to have acid reflux. I get it. I'm getting older. But also, maybe don't say it like that. I'm just joking, like, whatever. I don't get offended like that. But I'm just saying, it was just funny because I'm like, okay, I can handle that, because I've dealt with acid reflux, like GERD and stuff, this problem in my life for quite a while. And I've tried a lot of things in the past that did not work, and I just stopped taking everything because it, like, when I would take omeprazole, which is like Prilosec, the prescription, it actually increased the acid in my esophagus, and it was terrible. And then when I stopped cold turkey, which apparently you're not supposed to do, it like jacked up my system so bad that I was like, it was terrible. So I've been really shy about taking anything, any kind of pills. But what this doctor said is that basically I was probably like still having, let's see how to explain this. So if I had the pneumonia, I would still, even if you eat, you still have acid reflux. So it could be like both of those things, like causing a lot of pain in my chest and all these things. But also, because I was having so much pain, I was taking ibuprofen 800, which I had from my previous hysterectomy surgery. But apparently the ibuprofen or Aleve irritates your stomach lining, which was causing the acid reflux to be worse. And so, and then the antibiotics were, excuse me, but I keep it real. The antibiotics were kind of giving me diarrhea and making me a little nauseous and stuff like that. So all the things were like not working together. They were making everything worse. So he said that's probably why I'm still experiencing problems, because the pneumonia is gone, but the excuse me, the GERD and the acid reflux and stuff is still present and still trying to heal itself. So he prescribed me, it's called Protonix, which is similar to Prilosec, but it's, I guess, a different formulation or something. And he said this one should work better. And I said, I don't want to be on it forever. And he said, just take it for 30 days. And I said, do I need to wean off of it? He says, no, you could stop this one and you should be fine. So he also told me to get like, he said they don't really make Mylanta anymore, but to get like Gaviscon and start drinking a little cup before bed, because since the pain is usually happening at night, he said that's whatever. So anyways, that's my first piece of good news, is that we can all shout hallelujah that I no longer have pneumonia, and it's a blessing, a real blessing, because that gave me peace of mind to know, like, okay, it's acid reflux, you've had this, you can deal with this, all these things, and you don't need to like be worried about going outside or working on the pipes or doing anything like that. So let me read some comments and then I'll move on to like a few other things and tell you. So I'm not going to read all the comments because there's a lot of comments since I started talking. Oh, Courtney, you need to hear good news. Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear you're in a funk right now. Hopefully we'll cheer you up while we're on this live stream. Hey, Anne from Kingman. Oh, no, Laura's Lanes. Okay, well, we're going to get to some more good news. Hey, Teresa. Let's see. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, Claire, thank you so much for the $19.99 super chat. Oh, it says you are amazing. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Let me give you a shout out. Let's give you a, let's see. Let's give you this fun festive one. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much for the super chat. Awesome. Hey, Felix Cat. Let's see. Charlotte said I had walking pneumonia and the only symptoms I had was backache and a non-productive cough. Take all your medicine and rest. Yes, that's basically what I had. Yeah, my van caught pneumonia, pretty much. Hey, Lance, how are you? Clint said the weather was brutal for a few days, luckily back in the 60s and 70s. Yes, exactly. Using percussive treatment like a massager that thumps, or have someone tap at your back where your lungs are while you lay down can be, for pneumonia. Okay, that's interesting. I never heard of that. Hey, Nancy G. Hey, Daya, how are you? I'm feeling a lot better. Let's see. Hey, Mama Mert and Ben, how are you? Be still and know. Yes, indeed. Hey, HGJ's in the house. And he's one of our members as well, Gilberto. Thank you for being here. I just started new memberships on YouTube, I think last week. And so it's super exciting because I can now see like who's the members in the chat. And so it's really fun. So if you'd like to become a member, you can do so under the chat and or under any of the videos. And it's just a cool way to, you know, add more like members only stuff. And for those that want to support a little extra. It was divine pipe intervention, yes. Carly, such a good point to be still in your mind when resting, yes. Hey, Pokey fan, how are you? Happy New Year. Let's see. Praise the Lord indeed, Reverend RV. Classic billing of insurance company. I kind of believe that too, Dirty Knobs. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, anyway, we won't get into that. Let's see. Honestly, I can't stand the most doctors. They think they know everything when the doctor hardly ever even knew anything about nutrition. True nutrition. I mean, that's kind of true. Baking soda and water works best for my GERD. Oh, that's good to know, Rose. That's good to know. I might start adding that. Felix said, wow, what a coincidence. About the same time I experienced something weird like that. Sunburning on center bottom of breastbone. Doctor said she thought it was GERD. I have been on omeprazole. Interesting. Ben says, being still, get comfy and put all your focus on a small place in the body. Heart's good. Till you physically feel your awareness there. It's what finally allowed me to meditate along with counting breath. Awesome. Hat down tight. I felt my age 47 the past few weeks. COVID. Oh no. Bricklayer knees and lower back sciatica. I feel you on that. Hey, Nelson. I'm good. How are you? I've been taking Pepsid and omeprazole and it only helps a little bit. Oh goodness. Doing much better. Stomach and little funky. Was worried about my, oh no. Happy Sunday fun day. They don't make my Lanta brand name, but the store brand is still in the storage. Oh, okay, interesting. I'll check it out, Johnny. Thank you. Baking soda, not Prilosec. Also, ACV can help. Digestive enzymes can be helpful. We actually need more acid for. Yes, I've heard of this, Rains of Healing. Not to put the acid fire out with Prilosec. Exactly. I'm like on the fence about it because I've heard that as well. Um, oh, Nelson just turned 35. Awesome. Happy birthday. Hallelujah, says Thinking Kingdom Thoughts. Let's see. Thank you, Naomi. Hey, Daily with Deb G. Lewis, how are you? As a omeprazole did the same thing to me. I stopped like you, cold turkey, but it increased my burn and the doctor didn't believe me. Yes, sometimes they don't believe you. I'm like, bro, I'm not making this up. Let's see. Hey, Fire. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Grant, for posting that. Hey, Phil, how are you? Hey, Mimi. Yes, I agree. Tonight's The Chosen was so moving. I haven't watched The Chosen yet. It's on my list, though. Let's see. Roderick. Oh, okay. I took Protonics. It's really strong. I think Nexium or Prilosec is better long term. Just be careful. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I've only taken it for a few days. So far, it hasn't caused any like major reactions and it hasn't really done anything. But the doctor was very clear. He said it like 3 times. Don't expect this to work right away. Take it for the full 30 days. So we'll see. But I'm not going to keep taking it long term. Which I'll talk about in a second. Naturopathic doctor had me take digestive enzymes instead. I might move on to that after these 30 days. Yes, exactly. I don't want to take it long term. Let's see. Let's see. Do it very well. Thank you, Nelson. I appreciate that. Thanks, Where's My Chicken? I appreciate that. RV Grandma Charlotte, often it is not too much acid, but not enough. Exactly. My sister drank warm water and apple cider vinegar every morning for hers. I'm going to start testing out some of these things because I've heard that as well where, like, yeah, there's just like different thoughts on this, but I'm going to probably try some of the more holistic things. Tina says a cap full of apple cider vinegar with mother. Yes, works well. It is counterintuitive, but it works for me. I'm going to give it a try. I didn't know how one can have pneumonia with 0 symptoms. It doesn't resonate. Some docs are clueless. It's sad but true. Also, anything to get insurance money is money in the bag. That's what I like, Mama Mer. I don't know because they did take a chest X-ray, so I'm on the fence about it. I don't really know. Let's see. Thank you, Phil. Thank you. Actually, I haven't had my hair done in a while, but I use the like purple shampoo, so it kind of like keeps it more blonde since I don't get my hair done very often. Ben, I haven't followed you on the health, but it reminds me of my mom. She cut out, bread this year and was better in a week from decades of gastrointestinal problems. Oh my goodness. Baking soda also won't hurt your teeth like ACV. Oh, interesting. We're all different and need to, yes, Rose, we're all different and need to figure out what works for us. I'm fully on that board with you. Apple cider vinegar with mother. Just add a tablespoon or 2 to your water. Yes. I heard a friend I know got pneumonia because the food went down the wrong tube. Yes, I think that's called like aspirated pneumonia. But they said I had bacterial pneumonia. I cut out bread. Acid reflux much better. So here's the second thing to go with that, and then I'm going to move on to the next couple pieces of good news. So this kind of good news is, I know this is going to sound like a bummer, and it is a bummer, but I'm reframing my mind, is that the good news is that now that I don't, like, I'm just going to say that I had pneumonia because that's what the x-ray said, but now that I don't have to worry about my lungs being compromised, I can start exercising again. And I've been not eating the best because for various reasons, but I'm gonna go back on my plant-based situation. I haven't been eating meat, but I'm saying like I've been eating more fast foods again, more sweets, especially over the holidays when I was recovering from my surgery, my hysterectomy surgery, and I was at my parents' house. I couldn't really like cook and do the things that I usually do. And so over the last couple months, I've just kind of slipped off the edge again. And so I can feel it, in my body. I'm getting heavier, I'm getting more bloated. So the good news is now that I don't have to worry about my lungs, I can get back on my fitness journey and my eating journey. And that's kind of what I was like waiting for, because I bought this jump rope, and it's a beaded rope. I got to fix it because it, like, you can push this, like, this little rope up and shorten the rope, because this one is too long for me. And I'm going to start jump roping, and I'm going to start like lifting my little weights again for my arms and get back on my, better eating. So that's good news to me, because, when you're not feeling well and you, like, I know for me, like when you think about your lungs or your heart, you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't like tax those things. I don't want to be, especially with pneumonia, you're not supposed to be just out in the cold, just, skipping rope and like breathing heavy and stuff. But now that, like, I feel great in terms of being able to get back out and do like my walking again and stuff like that. So that's my other piece of good news, is that, I'm getting ready to just get back on my plant-based. So, um, I'll be doing that. And the third piece of good news is that, okay, so I kind of stopped the story where I went to the second hospital on Friday. And before I went to the hospital, I was talking to my son, and I was just like, I'm super like overwhelmed because, you know, I'm still having pain when I'm sleeping, and I'm not sure about the pneumonia, and I don't know, I physically just don't know how to fix these pipes. If we have to fix the pipes that are behind my cabinets, that means I have to buy a saw and cut out the back of my cabinets and get to the pipes. And that's a very overwhelming thought, to feel sick and to have to do something really physical in a space that you're not really sure of. Now, obviously my dad and I built my van, so I knew how everything was put together. So in my mind, I knew what we did to plumb the water system. Now, this is going to sound like I'm throwing shade at my dad, but I'm not. And he wouldn't even worry about it if I'm saying this, but I'm just going to say that when we were working on my van, we got to the part about the plumbing, and neither of us are professionals, but my dad is very handy. Like, he's built, rooms onto my parents' house. Like, he's built a lot of things with his hands. He's built furniture. He's done a million things. Like, my dad's very, very handy. I mean, you can watch the videos of our van build. Like, yeah, we did some dumb things and he's cut his thumb off and stuff. But anyways, that's a whole other side story. But he's very, very handy. But when it comes to a van build, there's certain things that you should do differently than you would in a house. And so I was the one watching hundreds of van build videos, like as we were building the van. And my dad's coming from an old school mentality of like how you do certain things, like when you build things. So he wanted to use PVC pipe, just like you would use regular like pipes in a house to do the plumbing. And I was like, why can't we use just like a tube, like a braided tube that goes from my freshwater tank behind my cabinets and into the pump? And he's like, no, you can't do that because there's no real way to like attach it. Like, we need to like use the primer and cement for pipes, and we need to just like do it the right way. And we went back and forth about it. But since I didn't really know 100% about the way plumbing works, I was like, we'll just go with your way. But it was more complicated to do it that way. And I just trusted my dad. I was just like, okay, we'll just do it that way. But in my mind, I was like, it would be so much easier if we could just use a tube from one thing to the other thing, because when you use PVC pipes to plumb your system, they're not flexible. So you have to put a pipe, then put an like an elbow bracket or whatever you want to call it, another PVC. Then you got to do connectors, and you got to use the cement, and you got to put it together, and it's a whole thing. so when I saw that the pipes were cracked under my bed, which I could see, I was like, oh my goodness, like, I wonder if the pipes behind my cabinets are cracked. Because the way we did it is we did the plumbing first, then we installed the cabinets. So the pipes are behind the cabinets. And so I was like, there's no way to get to them. I can't take out my cabinets because my bed frame is bolted to the side of this cabinet. Let's see, you can't see it, but my bed frame is bolted to the side of this cabinet. And my refrigerator is not bolted, but kind of attached to the other side of the cabinet. And then my sink is dropped into the countertop that's like cemented onto the cabinet. So there's just not a way for me to pull out these cabinets easily. Like, I'd have to disassemble my whole van to do that. So I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to take out of the cabinets, but I thought maybe since the cabinet backs are like, they're like press board, but they're thicker press board. They're pretty sturdy. They're not like papery or like cardboardy. They're like, I don't know if you know what like Luan wood is. It's like a little thicker than Luan wood. It's, not super thick, but not super thin. So I knew I could get a saw and probably cut it out. But on top of that, my wiring is behind the cabinets too. So there's a lot going on. So if I got a saw, then I had to really make sure that I didn't, when I saw through the back of the cabinet, that I didn't cut my power system as well. So it was just like super stressful in my mind. So before I went to the hospital, I was just talking to my son and I'm like, I need your help. I know you have a life. I know you have things to do. But I really, like, I don't know who else to ask. And so, so he's like, everything's going to work out. And so he hugged me and then I just was like bawling, crying. I was just like, I just don't know what to do. I just feel stuck. I feel like there's been so many challenges since I started van life. Like every time I get going in my van and I'm so excited and I'm ready to do it, a challenge comes. And I'm just like, I'm going to be the strongest woman in America after the next like couple of years, because as you grow through things and you do hard things, you just become a stronger person. And so you would think that at this point I would just be like, oh, we can tackle that, no problem, whatever. But I'm kind of over it about getting so many challenges. Like, it's like when you start to do something and then you get hit with a challenge and then you figure that out and then you start to do another challenge. You start to do something else and another challenge hits. And it's just like, I'm over it. I'm sick of being stuck. I've either been stuck at my parents' house because of whatever's going on, or stuck at my son's house because of whatever's going on, or just stuck in one place in California for whatever's going on. And I just kind of was like so upset. And so I was just crying and I'm like, I'm going to go to the hospital and get this thing one step at a time, just checked out. And so, but before I could go to the, not before, but like before I went to the hospital, I had to make some returns because I had ordered some stuff during the Christmas time from Amazon. And I was like, let me go make these returns, get that out of the way, clean up my van a little bit, and then go to the hospital. So I don't know if you guys know this, but when you do Amazon returns, if you're in an area that has a Kohl's, you can return your Amazon returns to Kohl's, the store Kohl's. I don't know if you guys have Kohl's everywhere, but Kohl's is like a clothing type store. And so I went into Kohl's to make my returns, and as I was leaving, something caught my eye, and I had just been crying. Like, I was just so sad. I was like so like pity party on myself. I was like, I'm just so sad. I gotta go to the hospital. My pipes aren't fixed. Blah blah. In my head, just like talking. And so I'm gonna show you what it is, and you guys are gonna be happy, I think, because you guys know that this is our van mascot. Sugar Crystal Candy Corn is our van mascot, and she's great. But she now has a brother, and this is the new secondary van mascot, Snoopy. Because when I was growing up, my family had a dog, and the dog's name was Snoopy. Even though it was a girl, I don't know why, but the dog's name was Snoopy. And so Snoopy, the character Snoopy, has always been like heartfelt to me. And in fact, I've often thought of changing my van name from Simon to Snoopy. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that would be a good idea, or just leave it as Simon. I'm just testing this out because I feel so like my car, when I lived in my car, I kind of called that car Snoopy, but I feel like that was more of a Simon. Like the car was more of a Simon and my van is more like a Snoopy. Like, because my van is a little mischievous and a little like, it's black and white on the outside, and I don't know, I just love Snoopy. Snoopy's like my favorite little character, and so I had to pick this up. And you guys, it was only $5. And since when you make a return at Kohl's, they give you the printout of your receipt of the return, but they also give you a coupon. And so I also had a coupon, and so this was also on sale, and so it was like $3.75, and they had like so many of them. But so if you have a Kohl's, go pick this up. So Snoopy is our second van mascot, and Sugar Crisp Candy Corn, brother and sister, they're friends already, and amen to that. So let me know if you like the name Snoopy for the van, because I don't know, like Simon's great. Okay, listen, the reason I called my van Simon is because the name Simon is kind of means like he listens. And when I was building my van, I felt like God was listening and hearing like that I really wanted to get this done, and like he heard all my prayers. Uh, it's great, and that could be like a middle name, but like Snoopy is just like more of the character of the van. Now that I've been in the van for a while, I feel like the van is kind of like a Snoopy. So anyways, that's just a major side note. So let me roll it back and see what everyone's saying. Let's see. Ah. Yes, being able to exercise is very good. Let's see. Jumping rope was rope. Yes, I'm excited about jumping rope. That's gonna be exciting. Hey Robert, how are you? Let's see. Yes, Gilberto, yes. Let's see. Oh, Nikki says seems pecs would work better. Yes, and I thought about pecs as well, but I'll get into that in a second. That's a whole nother side note. PEX tubing is a way to go for plumbing. What about your food grade silicone hose for your water pipe? I think might have seen that if memory serves. Yes, I do have that for my coming in water. Many benefits have been, let's see, braid style or PEX is the good idea. Might look into that and some heat tape. Working on 30-year-old. Yes. Eventually your van will be invincible though. Yes. So glad that your son's there for you and around the same area. Yes. Lewis, I feel for you, Allison. My pipes cracked in my travel trailer and my house. $500 later, both are repaired, and I winterized my travel trailer in November. I decided to stay home for the winter. I feel you on that. After you make an access panel to get the plumbing fixed, maybe you should just winterize the plumbing until it's warmer. Yes. Oh, awesome, Daya. Thank you. Daya is coming from our Patreon. So I moved everybody from Patreon over, and it's just kind of like I'm like trying to help everybody move over to the YouTube memberships. Thank you for coming over to YouTube and continuing to support. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much, and glad to see you here. Roderick, yes, that's a lot. Your dad sounds really smart. Thank God you have some good family. It's a huge blessing. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I can tell you sometimes stuck is right where you need to be. That's a good point, Rose. He works all things for our good and his glory. Yes. Jamie says, oh, I hear you on the challenges. I don't need to build any more character in 2023. Thank you very much. Exactly. I have a lot of character built. Let's see. It doesn't make it. No. Let's see. Oh, Snoopy. So cute, says Julie. HGJ, I love Snoopy. I like the name Snoopy. Snoopy. Got a lot of Snoopies. Just hanging there day by day. Love your strength. Thank you. Changing the name would be a bad luck, in my opinion. Oh, that's a good point. What do you think about why would it be bad luck? Snoopy's Dia says Snoopy. Simon says Snoopy. Both are great names. You choose. Me neither. I'm not. Let's see. I like Snoopy. Van is Snoopy. Let the other one retire. Yes, change it to Snoopy. Good deal. Let's see. I love Snoopy for your van. Let's go Snoopy, says Judy. Poor Simon. Feel sorry for him. Love the name Snoopy. Snoopy Simon. Yeah, we could still keep the name. I won't leave. Yeah, this name Simon will still be in, but I don't know, for those of you that, a lot of you know this already, but my van's actual name is Simon Eileen Vantasia Sharpe, the Snackmobile. So the van already has 150 names. So adding another one, it's really not a big deal. But we could kind of like, the nickname could be Snoopy. How about that? Is that maybe not as bad luckish? We could like nickname the van Snoopy. Who remembers Joe Cool Snoopy? I do. Love the van name as Simon. I love Snoopy. Snoopy is the most resourceful dog. His house looks so simple, but if you look inside, he has a basement and a man cave. Snoopy rocks. That's what I'm saying. I love Snoopy. Simon Snoopy sounds like a good name to me. Oh. Simon says no to Snoopy, but he has confirmation bias. Whatever you want it to be, whatever feels right. Snoopy brings back a flood of childhood memories. Keep Simon. God listens. God does listen for sure. I like Snoopy. Martina says Snoopy. Snoopy and Candy Crystal Crackhead. Snoopy is great. I need some good news, says Clint. Snoopy Simon sneaks smoothly through the states. Ooh, that's fun. Well, maybe not always that smoothly. A Charlie Brown Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life, and Rudolph are Christmas traditions. Peck says great stuff. Yes, those are great movies too. Aw, Allison, Snoopy is so cute. I love that name for the van. Keep holding on to God's unchanging hand. He will take you through this trial. Amen. So happy you are feeling better. Thank you, Marianne. Snoopy, Simon, Eileen, Vantasia, Sharpe. Exactly. Hey, Stacy, how are you? Van name should have meaning to you. Love Snoopy. My van is Phineas because I'm always saying, what are we going to do today in the Phineas and Ferb cartoon? He knows what they are going to do. That's so cute, Swooshy. I love Snoopy, says Linda. I love your glasses. So where did you get them? So good. My friend Ivana gave me these, and she got them on Amazon. It was like a 5-pack, and she's like, I have so many of these. These are just like reading glasses that you get off of Amazon. The Snoopy Mobile. Oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing ever, Grant. I would not worry about the pipes replumb using hoses tubing that runs in your cabin. It says some of them seen in Runglow, Florida. Snoopy Simon Sharpe has a nice alternative ring. My car's name is Pep. It's a 2011 Versa, and it's got a little pep. How cute! Just peps around. Dia, I couldn't find the charger to my computer, but found it. Not sure why I couldn't do it on my phone. Oh, awesome! Simonoopy. Nickname Snoopy is good. Snoopy Snackmobile. I'm not superstitious. Your van has so many names. It's royal. Yes. Hey, Texas Rob. Okay, awesome. So let me finish up my last, let's see, I'm trying to think. Okay, my last piece of good news is that, okay, so let's see. So after I got my Snoopy at the Kohl's, then I went to the hospital. Like I said, that all panned out fine. And so once I got back from the hospital that night, I just like was like so tired. I just went to sleep. But I told Marcus, I was like, let's just pray about it, and let's just get it done. Let's just do the best we can. And then I called my dad and asked a few questions, and I was like, I know you said don't use tubing of other sorts, but like I think the better way to go is tubing and like whatever. So we talked it out, and so this may not be the exact perfect thing, so don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you what we ended up doing, because I'm not a professional here, and I was only like working on like just trying to get it done. So what we ended up doing, me and Marcus, who are non-professionals, is, okay, so as I told you, a couple days before that, even when I was still healing, I repaired all the pipes in the back. So I took several hours to, fix all the PVCs, like bought new PVC, cemented it, put it all in there, and obviously that didn't work. So we went to Home Depot. We went ahead and parked at Home Depot and to do this repair, because we ended up going in Home Depot 4 times. Even the lady that worked there, she's like, y'all must really love it here at Home Depot, because I've seen you come in like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, and you're probably going to see us come in 3 or 4 more times, because we're not professionals. And so we were laughing. But what it ended up coming over to is that we used, oh, I don't have it, because I had a little piece. we ended up using like this, it's like a braided vinyl tubing. I do have a braided vinyl tube that goes from my water tank filler upper thingy. And so I decided to use that. I thought about PEX, but I didn't have enough information. And I was like, I don't know how to connect this. And we were just in a time situation because my son had to be done by like 2 p.m. He had something other that he had to do. And I was like, listen, if it doesn't get done today, it's probably not going to get done for another week because he works and it's just a whole situation. So we spent the whole day trying to figure this out. So what we ended up doing is, and he told me, he's like, unfortunately, we're gonna have to rip out all the PVC. And I was like, even the PVC that I just fixed, that I spent hours fixing? And he's like, yes. And so I was like, acted like I was passing out in Home Depot because I was like, oh my gosh, I spent so much time trying to fix that and I can't even believe it. And he's like, just make peace with it. Because what we ended up doing is we got a 10-foot braided vinyl tube, and then we used brass fittings that had like, and this is what I was trying to explain to my dad a couple years ago when we were doing this. So he's like, there's no way to attach it to the water pump like if you use tubing. But basically all we had to do is buy the brass fittings that has the, like, it's like a nipple ended with like I don't know what they call them, like like ribbed. I don't know if you like, I don't know what else to call it. It's like a ribbed nipple, which sounds very dirty when I say it out of my mouth like that, but it's like a ribbed nipple, and you just stick it into the this is getting worse. Snoopy, cover your ears. You basically, you stick the brass fitting into the tube and then you clamp it down with the clamp, which is kind of what we have back here, but it's like a different setup. So the greatest news of all is, like, even though I did buy a saw, we didn't end up having to use the saw to cut out the back of the cabinets, because once we used the, like, the little thing that like cuts the PVC pipe, what we found out is that all the whole pipe behind the cabinets was actually had like many hairline cracks. So it was confirmed that that was the reason why the sink was not working, is because all the PVC had cracked. Even like right behind the pump, where there's like a elbow bracket PVC, that like cracked so bad it like blew off the edge of it. Like there must have been so much ice back there. Like, it's crazy. So basically we just cut out pieces so we can pull the pipe out. And then all we had to do, once we figured this out, it was like pretty easy, is he stood in here and he held the tube through the hole, like near the pump, and then he just like pushed it back to me, and then we just used one piece and just use the connectors, and I put the inline filter back in and turned it on, and it worked. Hallelujah. I don't even think I can like explain or express the sigh of relief that I sighed at that very moment. I was like I don't even know how to explain it. I was just like, the most hallelujahs you can even think of out of my mouth of praise when that sink faucet came on and the water started working again. Because I was thinking, like, if it wasn't the tube that was the problem, it would have had to be the pump, and I would have had to order a new pump, and it was like, not, I don't know if it was like back ordered, but it was like another week or two out if I was gonna have to have them ship it, and it was just gonna be like another whole ordeal. And I was just like, thank you, Jesus, that it was just those pipes that were broken. And now I feel pretty good about using the braided vinyl. It's a pretty secure connection, and apparently I was reading up on it and it is pretty good. I think there's a lot of people that go back and forth between the braided vinyl and the PEX. There's different camps about which one's better. And I will say this though, that I learned a few things about this, is when it's going to be cold, like below like 20 degrees, I think, I don't know if it's 20 or 15, whatever, then all I need to do is, before it gets to that level, is drain my whole water tank so that there's no water in the tube. Um, I also heard about that heat tape, which could be kind of expensive, I think. And then also, the cool thing is, if anything should happen to this tube, it would be not ideal, but it would be easier to fix because now it's just one tube. So I could just unscrew the thing and, you know, re-put a new tube through. So it's not like all these PVC pipes with different connecting angles, and it would be easier to fix. So if you are at the point where you're like building your van, use either PEX or vinyl tubing instead of PVC pipes. Learn from my mistakes, because it was just like so stressful. And so we fixed it yesterday, and then my son had to go. He had another something he had to do, and I just went back to his house. Well, and then I, like, first I went and got food, brought it back to his house, and I was asleep by like 7 o'clock. I was so tired from like hospital visits and fixing things and the stress of like trying to figure that out. That's like the best news that I could ever get. And so that's why I say today I have great news. And also now I can, you know, get back going on the road again. So I'm like praying that there's no other major challenges between, like, from now on. So anyways, my tentative plan is to stay in the Dallas area for the next week, because my son does need help this week because he just started a new job. He still does YouTube, but he also has another job that he's doing as well. And so he goes into an office a couple days a week, and so he needs help with his dog, just getting acclimated to like him being gone for the whole day. Anyways, a whole side story. So I'm gonna stay for this week, but I'll be in my van. And also the second thing is I want to look around Dallas to see, like, what areas I might want to like live in the future. So I have a list that I've been working on today that, um, I'm gonna just go check out some different areas. Um, like areas I've been looking up of places that are like more lush and green, that has like good walkability, that has like parks and maybe like close to a lake. I don't really know. And then after that, I'm going to be heading out, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going to Florida. So that could change, but as of now, that's my plan, is to go from here to Florida. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of other things that I'm planning to do, but I'm not gonna like go into it all right today. Um, let's just scroll it back. Um, let's see. Thank you, Laura's Lanes. The house built upon the rock will not be shaken, though the winds and rain beat upon it. She will stand. You will stand. Thank you. Might be able to use the PVC as a conduit for braid to create an airspace. It would act as insulation. Oh, interesting. I didn't think about doing that. Let's see. Areola shark bite connectors. Let's see. Your dad sounds like an awesome guy. Yes, he definitely is. It's a barbed fitting. Yes, Clint. Thank you. I was like, I don't know what it's called. Could have, wait, oops. Hold on. Could have seen Ribbed and Nippled in the back alley theater back in 73. Allison and Plumbing, yes. That's my new show. It's called Allison and Plumbing. 37 in New York. Oh my goodness. Thank God for water. I'm glad you got it fixed. Definitely not too bad. Okay, let's see. Do Dallas usually get snow and ice? No, like Dallas, this like, they've had a few years where it's just like gotten certain week, like it'll be a week span, and it's just like massively freezing, and then the next week it's like 70 degrees. So now we've been in like the 60s or 70s, but during Christmas week it was like 10 degrees. God can lead us and show us what to do even when we have no clue what we're doing. Hallelujah. That's facts, because I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. I'm just going to try to figure it out. Carly, had to be a proud mama moment having your son keep you with words of wisdom and helped get the pipes fixed. Yes, it definitely was. Dia says, I still don't know if I want a sink, but it's good to know. It's good to have a sink because you can brush your teeth, you can wash your face, you can wash your dishes, and I wash my hands a lot too. You know, just when you go into stores and different places like that, it's good to have a sink. So, but you know, then you do got to think about like water and getting water and all those things. You can wrap them in a pool noodle. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely glad I caught this. I'll be plumbing mine in the spring, I'm sure. Yeah, so the other thing that I'm planning on probably doing in the future is they have these like, they're called like self-sealing. It looks like a pool noodle. It's like self-sealing insulator. It's like a pool noodle that has a slit and has like, I don't know if it's like glue or whatever. And so you slide it over the tube or the pipe and then you seal it. And so it kind of keeps it a little bit warmer. Now, what I was thinking of doing, because I am cheap and also because I'm resourceful, is that I still have a bunch of Havelock wool that I insulated my van with. So what I was thinking is like maybe getting a pool noodle and like putting some wool around it, and then like, you know, putting some tape so that it's like all this all encompassing like little tube of warmth, and then like cutting the slit so I can put it over the tube, and that would help winterize it as well. But I don't know if that's a great idea or not. There's so many to learn from. I don't have that kind of time. Yes. Yes, my friend bought there in 2018 and attends church there. She's so happy. Oh, awesome. Let us know, Allie, if you taste any famous Texas barbecue. So far, I haven't. I've just kind of been hovering around my son's house. That would be so awesome if you can, but be somewhat around family as a home base. Yes, exactly. Hey, Andrea. Dallas is only 2 to 2.5 hours from me. Lots of beautiful country in Dallas. City is too congested for me. Yeah, I don't want to live in the city, but I do want to live within like an hour of where my son lives. If I'm going to move to Dallas, like in terms of like having a place, I'll still be traveling, but if I'm going to get a place, then I'd like to be around family. So um, that's kind of on my list. Works good with the tape on the pipe insulation, which I use because it's easier to get on, but the tape doesn't hold. I still wrap the hose and insulation with tape. Oh, interesting. Way to be resourceful, really and admirable and awesome quality. Thank you. I've seen all kinds of things, wrapping pipes, no danger in getting creative. I mean, you know, like I said, if it pops because of the ice, I mean, that's going to be still bad news. But also, if I try to keep it warm with some of the wool that I already have, could be good. So, anyways, I'm just like super, super thrilled to have this fixed. Um, the other thing though that I'm going to mention is that I still need a couple repairs on my van. Like when I was still in San Diego, I had got new brakes and I had to get a few things fixed on my gas tank and stuff like that. But there's a few repairs that I still need. So I still need to find a mechanic at some point soon, because I think one of my wheel bearings is bad and my rack and pinion is bad. So I do need to take care of that. So it's on my list. But these other things had trumped those things. So now I really got to focus on that. So yeah, those are all my pieces of good news. And so I'm back in my van officially. So I'll still be in my van while I'm in Dallas. I'm just going to check in on my son's dog during the week. And then I'll be off. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to move the live streams to Friday nights, which I think will be pretty fun and festive. And we'll give that a try for a while. And I was going to mention something else. Oh, also on the 22nd, which is a Sunday, I am going to be having a live stream that's going to be like, I'll be like sharing some new merch. There's like a thing on YouTube. I'm chopping this up. I'm not like exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but there's a new feature on YouTube where you can like sell products from live streams. And so YouTube is testing and they asked me to test that feature. So on the 22nd, that's the one I signed up for, is I'll be coming onto the live stream. And so you don't have to buy anything, but it's going to be more like a test where I will be able to show you some of the new merch designs that I've been working on for Snack Pack and Travel Snacks. And you can buy it right from the live stream, which is pretty cool. It's a new feature that YouTube is trying, and so I'll have a few different merch items. So it'll just be like a fun thing that we'll try. But that's on a Sunday, and I had already signed up for that prior to the new year. So I just wanted to put it out there now so that you guys can know that that's what's going to happen on the 22nd. So really quickly before we wrap it up for the day, if anybody is a content creator on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, drop it in the comments, because I want to like keep reminding you to keep going, and I want people to be supportive of those efforts, because it's not easy to keep pushing through being a content creator. A lot of times, like, it can be isolating and it can be challenging to get a channel going. So if you are a content creator, put it in the comments right now and we can lift you up. Also, I'm getting a notification. Oh my goodness. Tammy sent a $25 cash app. Thank you so much, Tammy. I like to give Tammy a, oh, not that one, but that one's also cool too. Thank you so much, Tammy. And Tammy is one of the YouTube members coming from Patreon. So thank you so much, Tammy. You are a blessing. You've been such a blessing to this channel, such an encourager. And thank you guys for all the donations today and all of everyone that's joined on the YouTube memberships. It's really fun. And I'm like working on some things to add to the community tab to like share more frequently. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let's see. Did your pipes freeze with the van running, or was you in your son's house? Insulated tapes works great, but it had to be turned. Yeah, so during the time of that cold week, I was staying at my son's house because it was Christmas, and so we were celebrating a few days together. And so my van, I wasn't in my van keeping it warm, so that's one of the reasons why the pipes froze. Dallas is only 2.5 hours from me. Oh, awesome, Rose. Thanks for sharing all your good news. Thank you for being here, Reigns of Healing. I think that's a great idea. Your son is blessed to have you help with his pets. Oh, thank you, Sophia. I'm going to be on the road starting this Thursday, so I'll look forward to being on the lives Friday nights for sure. My car life journey begins. Ooh, yay, Laura's Lanes. That's so exciting. I love to hear people just start their journey because it's so exciting. Maddie, Friday nights are perfect for me because I go to Sunday evening services at my church. Ooh, awesome. Yeah, I think Fridays is going to be fun. YouTube is branching out and diversifying its money creation base. Yes, it definitely is. Revenue base, yes. You guys have a good night. Glad you're doing well. Allison Sharpe. Thank you, Gilberto. Oh, Thinking Kingdom Thoughts, content creator. So anyone that posts that they're a content creator, you know, go follow or at least go check it out and give them a like. Friday nights are fun, yes. Rebecca for Rebar 64's got a YouTube channel. Go check her out. Thank you, Rebecca. Reverend RV, would you rather go for a boat ride on the lake or go for a motorcycle ride on the country road? Ooh, I would probably say the lake because motorcycles kind of scare me a little bit. Clint says, good evening. Have a great night. I have a guitar music channel under the name right here. So Ben Coltree, go check out Ben Coltree. That's awesome. Lisa says, I am planning on starting a channel. It would be outdoors fishing and camping. Ooh, I need to watch that one, Lisa. Because I don't know how to do fishing or like traditional camping. So that's a pretty cool channel. Rose says, I need to start with my YouTube again. So much has happened in the last year that I just haven't. Hey, sometimes too many things happens, but you can give it a try whenever you're ready. Oh, okay, Rebecca. Yeah, when I get close to there, I'll let everybody know. Bye, Phil. Rose says motorcycle. Thanks for that. It's completely appreciated. Bless you. Yes, of course. Stacy didn't get to spend time the whole time, but we'll catch up later. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you guys for being here so much. I appreciate all the love and support and encouragement. It's been a crazy week and a half, and it's just been really awesome to be able to come and share everything with you guys, and just to, I know you guys are so encouraging to not only me, but to each other as well. Keep praying for each other. I'm praying for you guys. I love you so, so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you guys have an excellent week. I'll be posting a couple new videos this week. I'm trying to post one new short per day. I don't know if you've noticed. And they might be all over the place, but I'm just trying to get into the shorts. I'm just trying to get into the shorts. So I'm trying to post one a day, like from now on. And hopefully they'll get better. So have a great week, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye for now.